If you are an athlete, then there are certain things that you just don't do. There are certain foods that you don't eat. You condition yourself and you work out harder than the average person to maintain good health, to stay in shape, and to put yourself in a position where you can compete at the highest level. There's a certain level of discipline that comes with being an athlete. Well, it's no different with being a Christian. As a Christian, there are just certain things that you cannot do, certain people that you can't hang around, certain movies and television shows that you can't watch, certain music that you can't listen to. And you condition yourself in the spirit through prayer, fasting, reading your word, and intentionally dedicating yourself to having a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. Any lifestyle that you dedicate yourself to, there's a certain level of discipline that comes along with it. And people do what they have to do in order to get what they want to get out of that lifestyle that they're living. But for some reason, when it comes to living for God, people act like it's a complete takeaway from their freedom. But on the contrary, God gave man a free will to do whatever he wanted to do. God gave man the choice of life and life more abundantly. But ultimately, man chose death when he disobeyed God in the Garden of Eden. But for those of us that still choose life and want to do the right thing, there are certain guidelines that we have to follow in order to keep us safe and to ensure that we get out of this Christian experience everything that God has already predestined for us to get out of it. So I don't know who needs to hear this, but when you come into a relationship with Jesus Christ, you're not losing anything, but you're gaining everything, because God comes to give life and life more abundantly. The Bible says that he would give you some of those secret desires of your heart. He says that he knows the plans that he has for you. These plans are to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. He can give you that peace that transcends all understanding. He can give you joy and happiness that you can't get from drugs or alcohol or your friends or sex or whatever it is that you turn to in order to get this feeling of wholesomeness or completion in your life. Anything that is good for you, the Bible says God will not withhold from you, right? So you have everything to gain when you come into a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. But just like in any other lifestyle that you dedicate yourself to, you are going to have some discipline. But it's all for your good, because in all things, God works for the good of those who love him and are called according to his purpose. So don't look at being a Christian or serving God as this daunting experience where you're giving up your freedom and your ability to be happy, because God will still allow you to be happy and to live your life to the fullest. All you have to do is dedicate yourself to him and to put your trust in what his word says. Because at the end of the day, nobody knows what's best for you better than the one that took the time to create you. So put your trust in God today.